Today we're going to be watching a video that is by no means new, but is by almost any means objectively hilarious. This video involves Jim Bakker, a convicted fraudster and televangelist who thinks up increasingly amusing ideas on how to get the last few dollars out of the people who follow him religiously, pun intended. In this particular case, he's selling them literal buckets of slop for the end times. So let's check it out and see what he wants us to buy today.
God. Okay, the soup comes in 6 gallons of this. It weighs almost 50 pounds.
Look at all those buckets. Look at all those 50-pound buckets of creamy potato soup slop, which can be yours now for only a $160 donation. If you donate $160, this man will personally send you a creamy potato soup bucket. Doesn't that just sound appetizing? Is your appetite not aroused by this? Jesus Christ, dude.
I know you don't want to hear this, but I want to tell you, you're going to dream Jim Bakker on TV telling you, get ready. And you're saying, oh my God, why didn't I order something?
I tell you one thing, Jim Bakker, you're very right there. The last thing that I want to hear is that I'm going to be having dreams of you in any capacity, for any reason. I don't care what the dream is. The fact that you're in it automatically makes me not want to have it.
I'm going to eat some more of this if you're not careful.
What the hell is that? What is the one on the right? The one on the left looks bad enough. What is the one on the right? I am horrified. Is that pea soup? Because it looks like straight up vomit.
Oh, good. Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's so good. Oh, I have never had anything this good before. Wow.
You didn't have lunch, right?
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't have lunch today. I'm gonna pass out.
Wow. This food.
Wow. That woman is like, I am not touching that. Oh, and he's got more buckets. 30-day Fiesta bucket. A total of 196 servings. Yours now for a $100 donation to Jim Bakker and his wonderful show of buckets of slop.
Is so good. It passes the official Mexican test. This is Mexican food that real-life Mexicans approve of.
The official Mexican test. Now, the food that I'm seeing here doesn't look particularly good. But what do you want to bet he's about to show us one of these 30-day Fiesta buckets that's much worse than this looks?
You know, this is not gringo food. This is good.
What was that supposed to be?
Good food, and it is unbelievable. One of the things we've done around here,
I love that little thing there at the bottom, stop Christian genocide. Now, let's be clear. It is true that around the world Christians are the most persecuted group or close to it by the numbers, because there are more Christians than any other group in the world. So yes, by the numbers, more Christians are going to be dealing with persecution. That's how numbers work. You got the most numbers, you got the most persecution somewhere. However, Christian genocide is a little bit much. I don't think there's much Christian genocide happening. I mean, maybe Sudan. But like other than that, like very marginal regions, that's really... And plus, okay, another thing I should say. Whether Christian genocide is happening or not, spending $165 on one of these buckets straight out the pits of hell, not gonna help.
stick them under coffee tables and end tables. You just stack them up and then put a cloth over them.
Yeah.
Or get a piece of, cardboard or a piece of plywood, and you make a top. And then you just stack this food. You could have your whole living room with end tables and coffee tables made out of food buckets. Just do it.
Is this not just like the definition of like male interior decorating? Like imagine you're okay, like there aren't many women who watch this channel, sadly enough. But let's imagine that you're a gay man. You might be a gay man. And let's imagine you go over to a guy's house and you sit down on the couch and you're like, yeah, this couch is kind of hard. Is this like old or something? And he's like, no, no, this is actually, I just made this myself. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. I love it when dudes make their own stuff. That's kind of hot. And he's like, oh yeah, check this out. And he pulls up like the sheet that's draped over this couch. And he's like, look at these bad boys. And he's just like slapping the buckets. How fast would you get out of there?
Goes out and there's no trucks running and the EMP bomb or whatever they're talking about for these last day events. This 2-gallon bucket of packs of coffee,
Yes.
you could trade them for whatsoever you want.
That's it.
You could probably
You gotta respect the hustle on the one hand. Like, yeah, the guy's a total scam, but you gotta respect the hustle. I mean, this guy has branched out from buckets of cream soup to like, Mexican food. I don't know who that's aimed at, but I guess you gotta have some variety. It's the spice of life, right? But now he's talking about like, oh, when the EMP bomb goes off and everybody is left without power, what's the one thing everybody's going to want more than anything else? What is the one thing you cannot do without? What is the one thing you can trade at any time for anything? That's right, folks. Deluxe coffee and creamer buckets.
get a new car. The Bible says they're going to eat their arms. The Bible says they're going to eat their babies.
You eat babies. You have to survive. Everyone knows that. Ain't your fault.
Then it says they're going to eat their children. That's what people do when they get hungry. We have them.
Cannibalism happens sometimes. And if you're starving, sure. But let's just stop here for it, because this guy, he's talking to Americans right now. He's not talking to people in like famine-prone regions of the earth, which famine is increasingly rarer anyway. He's talking to you, probably, and me, probably. He's not like talking about like, Papua New Guinea or something. He's talking to like us, man. He's talking like there's going to be a famine. And you're gonna need this coffee creamer and buckets of slop is what you're gonna need some, my dude. You can get it. You're gonna regret it if you don't. You're gonna be eating your arms and your children.
Plan, But the bartering, like the food that we send out.
$3,000 plus $550 plus shipping. Oh my! 1 year of food? What are you talking about?
Those packets of food are going to be more valuable than gold. I want to tell you.
No. I mean, let's go back to the eating your own arms thing. I think I would rather do that personally.
So there's coming a day where the gold's not going to be valuable. Because if you can't eat it, it's not going to be valuable.
When has gold ever not been valuable? When in history has gold ever not been valuable? Gold is valuable because it's rare. I mean, yeah, if like everybody is starving, I imagine it'd probably go down quite a lot. However, there's never been a point in human history where everybody was just like, this is gold stuff. We don't need that anymore.
I mean, there's certain things. I don't want to be crude, but I'm going to be anyway. I mean, toilet paper is going to be worth a lot of money. And then you have the...
What crudeness is that? Also, we did kind of have some of that with COVID. And like, yeah, it was kind of rare, but like, I mean, did he like sell toilet paper? Did he like jump the gun on that one and actually get ahead of the curve on that one? If he did, good job. But like, wow, this is a lot, isn't it, folks? Oh my, $3,500 donations or more. Tasty New Foods offers 7 years of food for you. 7 years, 35. Look at all those buckets. You would be just like, where are you going to keep all those buckets? Who has the space for all of these buckets?
Potatoes, soup, that heavy. And then we have bananas. We have...
Notice he just like straight up stopped showing people like the actual food. He's like, yeah, check out these pictures of like real banana bites. This is what we're selling you right now. There's no way in hell.
The chocolate pudding for dessert.
Right.
We use it.
That's poop from a butt.
For we bake cakes. We got enough stuff to bake a cake now. And the bread, you can just put this on your bread. The bread is so sweet. You can add a little more sugar to that bread, and you got cake. You got a morning cake. I'll tell you that, a coffee cake. And you put that chocolate.
Come on, Jim, try it for us. Why aren't you trying it? Show us how tasty this new food is.
On top. You can have parties when the world's coming apart. Come on, people, and get.
Now there's your priority. What you and your Christian buddies get together and have an end of the world party with the buckets of like just misery, absolute misery, and coffee. There's some coffee in there too.
The junk, de-junk your house. Are you hearing me at all?
Oh, yeah.
And get up and dance a little.
Wow.
I love summertime.
Jim's organic, like, so he's selling organic foods now. Like, who is he appealing to with this one? Is this audience like really into organic foods all of a sudden?
I've got burgers made of beans, they're never fried. Saba chips and salsa to keep me warm way deep inside. Oh yeah, I guess you'd say, Jim and Lori, help me be prepared today for end times. I'm talking about end times. Oh, I've got powdered food for a stormy day. Beets and spinach and blueberry and strawberries. Filtered water from Seychelles to take the poisons away. I like.
Don't buy anything from these. If you've ever seen this show and somehow stumble on this video, don't buy anything from these people. Don't believe a word they say. This cool, clear water package, that shit probably kill you. Don't buy. Also, water is free if you're in America. Like most tap water, perfectly fine to use. Get a decent little filter, like, $20. Fill up a bunch of jars. Maybe don't keep them too long, but like, just fill up a few jars if you're that worried that like the water is gonna go. Or what else? Just buy some cases of water at the store. Much better, probably last a whole lot longer than just like putting water in a jar. But again, if you need a short-term solution and you're worried that the shit's gonna hit the fan tomorrow, sure, just do that. But like, don't do any of this, really. Okay, I'll take that back. My mom, oh God, here it comes. There is no way to prepare to say this sort of thing, but my mom is one of like the prepper sorts of, she's not like a, guns and all that prepper, but she's like a survivalist. Like, she is convinced that end times are here, that like apocalypse is imminent, that like everything's gonna break down. She's never met the conspiracy about the end she didn't like. She's expecting civil war, EMPs, nuclear war, you name it, World War III. She is expecting it at any time. She has a large stockpile of food and water when I'm not drinking it all, because I go through water like nobody's business. She has a large stockpile. And I must say, I actually do think it's a good idea. Not because I think any of this stuff is likely, just that, bad things happen all the time. Look at COVID. I certainly wish I'd been better prepared during COVID, and she kind of was. But let me just say, don't prepare with this stuff. Do not, the stuff on this screen, don't prepare with that stuff. Don't get that stuff. And for that matter, don't get what my mom got. I mean, she got like Doritos and stuff. Like, what kind of end of the world are you having with Doritos? That's empty carbs. That stuff's not going to last any time at all. And just be aware that like, if you are known as being the person who has like stockpiles of like slop buckets, well, first of all, people are going to make fun of you. Second of all, if the world does end, people are going to come for those slop buckets anyway. Because it's the end of the world. Like, who cares? Slop buckets? Sure, I'll take it. But I mean, that is like the only time in human history anybody will willingly eat these things. Don't get this stuff. Get better stuff. Get rice and stuff. Get something that'll last a while in the closet. Don't buy this. I know you probably don't need me convincing you, but like, there are people out there who buy this stuff, or else he wouldn't be selling it. The fact that he is let's get away from like the sheer humor of all this for a second and just realize there are real human beings buying this stuff and being like, wow, what a great deal for the end times. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Not too much. I guess you'd say, Jim and Lori, help me be prepared today for end times. Oh, these end times, end times. Ooh.
In this particular case, I'm not entirely sure I can say exactly what it is, but there you have it, folks. Whatever that was, you have it. I can't say if your life is any better off for having it, but I tell you one thing. If I reach, I gotta make this number really big because I'm actually kind of like terrified of it, but like if I reach 10,000 subscribers, I will buy one of these buckets and try it and hope and maybe even pray. Maybe say the first prayer I've ever said in my life that it doesn't kill me. So if you're looking forward to that, let's get to 10,000 subscribers. I've never been happier to be far away from 10,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I don't know why you do, but thank you.